And just another name in the long list of great talent that comes from one particular family of pro wrestling. You stay with us for the next hour. Outstanding television card as we mentioned right now. Let's go to the ring for our first match of the day.
Ladies and gentlemen, today's first event is one fall on a 10-minute time limit. Now in the ring at 220 pounds, parts unknown, the Black Diamond. His puncher at 270 pounds from Russia, Boris Zherkov. Their opponents, the Southeastern Tag Team Champions, at 680 pounds, the Rat Patrol Incorporated.
Johnny Rich, Scott Armstrong, and the Tonka Kid in action against Boris Zherkov and the Black Diamond on today's edition of Southeastern Television Wrestling. The bell sounds. We're ready for action. Scott Armstrong and the Tonka Kid will be in action today. Johnny Rich takes this one out on the side. Good Armstrong takedown by Armstrong, and again has the big Russian back over into the corner and a bit frustrated.
Scott Armstrong's been on an intensive training program the last couple of weeks, Charlie. It's really starting to pay off in the ring. You see him move with a lot more confidence. The tag, the Tonka Kid, and now little teamwork in the corner from the Southeastern Tag Team Champions. But against a guy like Zherkov, you just never can be careful. Kid down on his back, reverses, and caught him with a leapfrog. And Johnny Zherkov, as Zherkov turned around, look at this, right into the double chop. What a combination we've got here in the team of Tonka Kid and Boris. Wait a minute. Tag to the Black Diamond. Full slam. And the Tonka Kid, he wastes no time at all when that tag is made, going right through his opponent.
There you see the chop into the chest area, puts the Black Diamond back down on the canvas. Tag is made with Scott Armstrong. Southeastern Tag Team Champions, the Rat Patrol Incorporated. And that Rat Patrol losing the United States Junior Heavyweight title they did hold.
Scott Armstrong, front leg set. Notice how he kept his grip on that hammerlock. A count of 2 from referee Larry Brock. And the Black Diamond's definitely in trouble at this point. Armstrong tying in with that front face lock. The crowd picking up the chant, "Go, Scott, go." And it seems like Charlie all over the Southeastern matches I've had a chance to attend. This Rat Patrol picks up fan support, I think, in greater and greater proportions each and every time they climb inside the ring.
Indeed they do. Scott Armstrong now with the Black Diamond. Arm whips him into the turnbuckle. Side headlock. Tag is made with the Tonka Kid.
And, of course, let's not forget the presence down in the corner. You can see him at the bottom of your screen of one Billy Spears. He's come a long way for the family. He's brought them a lot of financial rewards in the short period of time that he's been their manager. But they've run into their share of trouble against the Rat Patrol, and especially against the man in the ring right now, the Tonka Kid.
Tag is made once again with Scott Armstrong, and the Tonka Kid, I think, has really been a big question mark in the minds of not only Mr. Arn Anderson, Jerry Stubbs, but in the brilliant mind of Mr. Spears and his managing.
Oh, indeed. Well, there's not too much known about the Tonka Kid other than he's a native of the island of Samoa. He's got a good background in pro wrestling. Just where exactly he got it or how he came about getting to this point in this sport, no one is really for sure. The only thing that we really know is what he can accomplish inside that ring, and, well, if everybody's ever seen him in action before can attest, that's a lot.
Side headlock by the Tonka Kid on the Black Diamond, and he makes that tag with the big Russian Boris Zherkov right quickly. Tonka Kid jumps right in, grabs the side headlock on Zherkov.
You know, it's unusual to see Boris Zherkov in a tag team situation. He's been concentrating so much on his singles matches. Now, hammering away in the corner on Tonka Kid. He's got this Tonka stun. He tagged the Black Diamond, and Diamond got caught coming through the ropes. The Tonka Kid. Wait a minute. Here comes the kid off those ropes. High, leg drop. The Southeastern Tag Team Champions on a roll. A count of 2 on the Black Diamond. As referee Larry Brock closely checks the action to tag to Scott Armstrong. And you got to really admire the teamwork of these guys off. Belly to back suplex. It just drills the Black Diamond head first into the canvas.
You know, we're talking about a question mark with Mr. Spears and the frustration that has been put on this man of recent. He has obtained an injunction from the National Wrestling Alliance to prohibit the third member of the Rat Patrol from being present at ringside in the arena at title matches.
Indeed, well, as you recall, part of the reason for the formation of the Rat Patrol was because of, at that time, Sonny King and now Billy Spears and his presence at ringside. But apparently the Alliance ruled that because the third man of the Rat Patrol is actually a wrestler and not a manager,
Does not have a manager's license. Right, Rick. That's what won out Mr. Spears' case with the NWA Board of Directors. The fact that he does hold a manager's license. The third member of the Rat Patrol, whichever one that might be, does not.
well, I know that the Rat Patrol Incorporated seems to be in a lot more serious state of mind. You know, usually these are pretty fiery young men, and oh, look at this now. Scott Armstrong starting to explode on the Black Diamond, a right that catches him behind the head, another forearm. It's fast becoming the trademark of this Black. Look at this. Just toe-to-toe. Neither man's backing up. Hard knee into the midsection. And Scott Armstrong's really taking off on this guy, Charlie.
Armstrong makes the tag with the Tonka Kid. Boris Zirkov coming in to get a little of Armstrong there. The Tonka Kid was tagged by Armstrong. All 4 men in the ring right now. Mixing it up. And the Tonka Kid being hurled over that top ring rope.
Look at this. The kid catches himself. Headbutt on the diamond that sends his man. Wait. Billy Spears is waving his hands in disgust. He's left ringside. Armstrong winds his man up. Clothesline that sends the diamond to the canvas. And I don't know what to say. Zirkov and Spears have left ringside, Charlie.
They are gone. And what a move by the Tonka Kid. Going over the top rope. Beautiful.
Look at this. He's up on the top now. Suplex from Scott Armstrong. Wow. That diving headbutt. 1, 2, 3, and a win for the tag team champions here today on TV Wrestling.
Great victory. Billy Spears and a member of his family, Boris Zirkov, just leaving the arena, leaving ringside in frustration. Can we get you gentlemen over?
Johnny, if you gentlemen to come here for a second, we've got some news that I think, I know directly concerns you. I think you might be interested in hearing.
You, I'm sure, have heard by now, and we want to get your comments about the situation of what has happened of recent with Mr. Spears going to the National Wrestling Alliance. He does have an injunction, gentlemen, that you cannot, the third member of the Rat Patrol Incorporated cannot be at ringside any more title matches when those Southeastern Tag titles are on the line. What are your comments on this? He has an injunction. It's official now. I didn't know if you knew the news or not, but it is official. Mr. Spears has an injunction.
This means this will bar one of us from the ring. Is this what you're saying?
Because you you are professional wrestlers. You do not have a manager's license. He does.
That figures Billy Spears would get his mother to do something like that, you know. But, you know, the Rat Patrol, we're going to go out there, and we're going to begin at 100%. And the Rat Patrol ain't going to let you down, that's for sure. That's all I got to say. No matter how many court injunctions you get, it don't matter. The Rat Patrol is going to hold on to them bells. Ain't that right, King? That's exactly right. Come on! He set it back, Mr. Spears, he set it back from 3 on 2 or 3 on 1. That's just how they like it. But, gentlemen, you can count on one thing. The Rat Patrol's just like Timex. We can take a licking and keep on drinking. Mano, mama, to the spear. Oh, no, mama, Billy.
I don't know exactly what those comments were, but it was something directed to Mr. Spears, possibly his mother. I don't know.
I think we just better leave it at that.
Maybe we should.
Tell you what, we're just taking a look at three exciting young superstars in this sport. We have a little piece of videotape here that I'm sure the fans at home are really going to enjoy about another rising young man in the sport, a guy who's really starting to make his mark. We've seen him a couple times here already in the Southeast. Hopefully we'll be able to see him again in the very near future. Let's take a little look, if you would, at a little piece of video on a gentleman by the name of Steve Armstrong. Go home and tell your mama a kid whipped your honey right there in Birmingham after you get. Ladies and gentlemen, this event is one fall at 10-minute time limit. The referee is Larry Brock. Introducing in the corner to my left at 241 pounds, Charlotte, North Carolina, the Alabama State Heavyweight Champion, Rick McGraw. His opponent at 220 pounds, Little Rock, Arkansas, Tim Riley.
Tim Riley taking on quick draw Rick McGraw. The Alabama State Heavyweight Champion, this time second of about 4 big events on Southeastern Television Wrestling. Brilliant television main event. The Tennessee Champion will be in action. And coming out to join us at the disc, Billy Spears and part of his family is the big Russian Boris Zurkov.
Yeah, both of us want to come out here and watch this Rick McGraw one time. We just want to see what an Alabama champion looks like. We've been watching him, and we want to show you what the real Alabama champion looks like a little later on. The real Alabama champion.
Look at your American. He looks like your typical American. I see him down on the bridge. He lays out there on the lounge chair with his curler like your typical American. You see his big beer belly. Look at the way he wrestles this American. He never pays attention to the referee, the rules. He's always punching and kicking the good old American way. This is how the Americans wrestle. This is how he's kept his Alabama title. He throw me over the top rope because he's scared. He gets himself disqualified at all times. Tries to keep the title.
Beautiful drop kick.
He thought he made a good move. Not a bad drop kick for a short-sighted American.
Well, Rick McGraw certainly proved to himself and to the people of the state of Alabama, I think, Charlie, that he's worthy to carry that belt. Pick up, what you'd have to call a standing fireman's takedown. And Rick McGraw.
He pulled the man by the hair. You didn't see it there. He pulled the man. Watch this. Grab the man by the tight. Grab the tight.
Everybody can see it. We didn't try to hide it. He's very blatant with his move. Yeah. Beautiful move by McGraw.
You got to worry about moves. Yeah, you got to worry about that.
Rick McGraw is casting a wary eye over here to the interview desk. That Alabama State title match signed in here.
He hasn't beaten this opponent yet. You better worry about him, because I'm going to get him in the ring, and I'll finish his career and take his title.
He's pulling hair then. You see it? He's pulling the title and the hair in plain view of the cameras. Okay, McGraw now
Up in behind his man.
Yeah, there's another one. Puts his man up on that top rope.
What strength on the part of Rick McGraw. Now, McGraw makes his way up to the second rope. He's got, look at this.
Whoa, off the top rope. See what I'm second rope.
That's illegal. That's an illegal move. They have to be disqualified.
Over. Second rope. Second rope is legal, right?
Indeed it is. Started about
I think we'll get this man off the top rope. That's another thing coming for it. Well, Mr. Riley looks about the same size as Mr. Griswold.
I think you can hear in the background the fans' opinions of the comments of Mr. Zitkoff and Mr. Spears. We'll just have to settle it in the arena, Tony. Alabama State title will be on the line when these two come in the ring together.
And regardless of Mr. Zirkoff's comments, you can see a great athlete in the Alabama State heavyweight champion, quick draw Rick McGraw. And we've got a lot of great action still to come on Southeastern Television Wrestling today.
USA, baby.
All right now let's watch this very important move.
News for wrestling fans here in the Southeast. We have a new Southeastern heavyweight wrestling champion. He's seated to my right in a Texas death match that we'll see in just a second. Vic Rain defeated Jimmy Golden for the Southeastern heavyweight wrestling championship.
Rain annihilated Jimmy Yellow.
Sir, if you would, let's go to the arena and let's take a look at exactly what happened. Texas Death Rules. Southeastern title on the line. Vic Rain against Jimmy Golden.
That's right. Lay flat, Jimmy Golden, because you're going to be flat for a long time, because you know the two things that you need to have, you don't have. And that's courage and a friend. See, when you're in my position, with my good looks, charm, personality, and wit, you don't need anybody.
Oh, you do have a little something that does play a role in your matches from time to time, sir.
What are you referring to?
The boot that's sitting right now.
This boot here was sanctioned by the NWA.
True.
I had it there. We had the appeal. We went through all this baloney. So let's stop it right now. There is nothing wrong with this boot. I have to wear a boot. So if you people out there are not satisfied, you cannot handle this, too bad.
Title match has been signed for the Southeastern Heavyweight Wrestling Championship. Your first title defense, but there's a little clause in there.
Yeah, there's always a clause. You ever notice when these little spoiled boys from the South, when they can't handle it, they got to go see Daddy or Mommy or somebody to come up with a little bit of money, hoping that somebody's going to come along and beat me up. Well, let me tell you, hillbillies out there, there ain't not enough money. You see, because I'm past money in my life. I'm into punishment. Taking it or giving it is immaterial. I am here strictly for punishment. So whoever you are, mystery man, jump up. If you can take it, I can give it. And we can do it the other way around. It's immaterial to me. Who is going to last? This or some kid hillbilly?
To come on today's edition of Southeastern Television Wrestling, as we said, we'll be seeing action from the United States Junior Heavyweight Champion, Tommy Gilbert, a little later on.
It's going to be a good hour of Southeastern Wrestling for the come be stay with us. Joining us now at the desk, we're going to watch a piece of videotape, and obviously we're going to hear some comments from the Continental Champion.
It's about time you had a little class out here today.
Let's go to the arena.
Yeah, I'm very interested in seeing this particular piece of videotape. Because you're going to see me take care of Bullet Bob Armstrong the way his mama should have taken care of him and his daddy should have taken care of him a long time ago. We wouldn't have had any problems with Bob Armstrong if they'd have done to him what I've done to him in this film. You can roll that thing anytime you want to, Mr. Director.
Now, watch this very closely. You're going to see me doing a job on Bob Armstrong. I'd like to take a lot of these rednecks and peanut pickers around this part of the country and do exactly the same thing, too, I did to Bob Armstrong. Now, watch this very closely. This is an Indian strap match, and you're going to see here. That's right, I took the strap off. I ain't going to deny it. This right here cost me the match, but I intended to do what I'm going to do here. And I didn't care whether I lost the match or not. It wasn't important to me. It's important to me that I whipped up Bob Armstrong like the dog that he is, and that's exactly what I did. Now, you see right here, I'm tying my end of the Indian strap around the post, and that leaves Bullet Bob in a rather bad predicament, wouldn't you say? He's tied with one end into the turnbuckle, and you see that referee keeps getting in my way. I don't know. He's the dumbest referee I've ever seen. I've had to knock him down more times. You'd think he'd smarten up and stay out of my way. But it just so happened he had a belt on that I wanted to use, and you can see here, I'm about to, like I said, I like to do this to these rednecks and hillbillies around here. They all need it. All you people, half you all need this right here. You need to be strapped just like that. Now you can see this stupid referee jumping on my back. I don't know what he thought he was going to accomplish here, but you're going to see me jack him into the turnbuckle here and get rid of him like he ought to be. And now when I go back to get Bob Armstrong, I don't know how he untied himself, but he ends up getting... That's it all. I get out of that. I don't want to see any more of that. Get out of that. I don't want to see any more of that. I just did what I told you. Now I'm being saddled with a Canadian lumberjack match. Don't nobody strap me. My own daddy was afraid to whip me. Nobody's going to put any leather on my back now or any time in the future because I'm the man in command, and I tell the people who's going to be doing the strapping. I'm going to have my men strapping Bob Armstrong. He's going to be taking the whipping, and I'm going to be the one taking the honors of winning the match.
Well, I think we've heard enough from you. We'll be seeing you in action a little bit later on in our television.
Oh, no. Wait just a minute. You ain't seeing me in action. You said you were to wrestle. Oh, no. I wouldn't wrestle for these freeloaders. They didn't pay anything to get in here. Those people out there watching ain't pay nothing. I may be strapped to having wrestled in these buildings, but I will not wrestle on television. I don't care what I'm scheduled to do. I'm telling you now, I will not wrestle for the freeloaders out there or these freeloaders here. I'm going to be leaving. Thank you.
We have a standby. Well, we always have a standby match. Possibly we will have to make use of that, or one of the opponents in it at least, because according to Mr. Fuller, he is not going to do what he said he was going to do. I don't know. Now, did I hear him say he wasn't going to wrestle on TV? He didn't schedule to wrestle on TV. He's scheduled to wrestle, but he says he's not.
Well, he thinks he's too good to wrestle here for all these people, but I'm not too good. I'll take his place, change the matches, change the opponents, change anything you want to change, but I'll darn sure wrestle right here. I'll take his place. Put me in there. I'll wrestle the great boy.
All right. I think that's fair enough. We've got Bob Armstrong in our television main event now as it stands, and we'll be back with more Southeastern Television Wrestling in just a moment.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Bobby T. Tannery, bringing you the best in music and video music entertainment at your next party. Remember, music from the 50s to the 80s, the latest video music, and to MC your next party. Call me today at 254-3282 and ask for Bobby T.
Take the Waterbed Challenge. The Waterbed store in Pelham is having a tent sale this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Come on down and see how good a waterbed feels. Dozens of styles to choose from, starting at only $149 complete. Incredible prices this weekend only. Test the waterbed. It doesn't bounce. It doesn't jiggle. It doesn't leak. It just gives you the best night's sleep you've ever had. The Waterbed store in Pelham, a mile and a half south of Riversgate. We sell everything you need for your waterbed, but most of all, we sell a good night's sleep.
Imagine driving this 80 Ford LTV, this 78 four-door 98O, this 81 Malibu Classic, or this 82 Ford EXP. It's your choice at Midfield Auto Sales for only $139 a month. This 80 Buick Electra, this 82 Datsun, this 78 Buick Regal, or this 79 Camaro for only $139 a month. It's your choice of creative financing designed on the spot to suit your needs. Shop Midfield Auto Sales, 506 Bessemer Superhighway, the giant auto supermarket where you can buy with confidence.
Sandy Duncan.
Her name is Amy Cooper. She just moved into the bungalow across the way. And she gave me a fruitcake and hopes I enjoy it.
She's the all-American girl with some not-so-all-American friends.
We have a lot of business here, Miss Cooper. I will tell you frankly, to keep alive, I steal food and borrow other people's laundry.
Sandy Duncan stars in Neil Simon's hilarious Star-Spangled Girl. Tomorrow night at 10:30, right after BRC 6 News.
Welcome to our personality profile segment of Southeastern Television Wrestling, and yesterday, as you can see, what they like to be called the Billy Spears family. Well, sorry, I've got a little surprise for the people. I'm sure it's not a surprise for some people, but it is for others. Now, before I bring it out, I want to say a little thing. I've been touched by other wrestlers. I don't like to be hit on. I don't like to be slapped at. I don't like to be looked at even hard. So I just want to say right now, I've got an injunction. My mother went out. She got her lawyers together, and she got an injunction right here that keeps the Rat Patrol at 2. That means only 2 will be at the ring at one side in tag matches, not the third like has been being there. I'm the only man with a manager's license. I'm the only man that will be ringside being 3. Now, like I say, the injunction, the lawyers have all got together, and now we have it right here. Sorry, Pat, we have the injunction right here, and they can only have 2 men in a tag match at the ring at one time. Not all 3 of them at the same time.
You know what that means?
Oh, do you know that 2 of them can't wrestle us? It always takes 3. No 2 men alive can whoop us. That's men. That's not little boys. That's not cabbage patch kids. That's grown men. Let's show them the reason why my mother had to go to the expense and the trouble of getting an injunction in the first place. We've got a little film here. I want to show exactly why she had to go to the expense of doing it. But the expense doesn't matter. She doesn't really care about money. But it's the trouble of having to go about doing it. These men know what they're doing. They know they're doing wrong, and now they have to be showed. Now, let's show the film of why this all came about. All right, in the arena now, the Rat Patrol Incorporated going against the team Stubbs and Anderson. The Southeastern Tag titles are on the line. There's still a little confusion about the missing title belt. We'll discuss that a little later on. Don't worry about the missing title belt. It will appear in the right time. And, this is the anyway here. Illegal. He's up on the top. Oh, that's not illegal. That's not legal. You know that. You know it, and I know. A 2 count, and you came into the ring. Yes, you came into the ring. How illegal he did. Now watch. See, they're knocking around on me. That's not allowed. You can't knock me around and push me in the ring. Mama won't allow that. Mama will not. See there? Mama saw this film and went wild. She said, Billy, why are you having these guys beat up on you? Why are 3 men? Hey, look here. Watch. See there? A flying headbutt right off the top rope on me. Now, that's the reason right there why I've got the injunction. That's the reason why we're going to keep the injunction. There can only be 2 men in the ring at one time, and that's all there is to it. They're not going to have the guy sitting ringside any longer. I'm the only one that's sitting ringside.
Damn rats out there anyway.
See, this man is not a wrestler. He's only out there to see that these guys do what they're supposed to. And you can tell, a wrestler wants to jump on him. Billy's not a wrestler. He's only a manager and gives them advice.
I have retired from wrestling. I am a manager now. That's all I do. This is all I want to do. I'm not wrestling any longer. I'm in good shape, you understand, but I'm not wrestling any longer. I am a manager. I will stay managing, and this right here will keep all 3 of them out of the ring at one time. We've been bored with it. We're tired of it. We're going to be, the only thing we're going to do is show this around. Now, they know this is a legal paper, and they know they have to do what the paper says, and this is what's going to bring us the title.
Charlie, let me explain something to you. There's 2 or 3 things the people of Alabama have got accustomed to. Number 1 is, no matter where you are, you can always find a mental health center. Have you noticed that, Charlie? There's always those big green signs. Number two, they have got accustomed to me and Styles being their tag champions. We're somebody they can look up to, somebody they can relate to. We look good, we smell good, and we are good. Now, the people have got accustomed to that. The last couple of weeks, there's been a couple of flukes happen, but it's time to put a stop to it. Now, we don't come out here and make promises, Charlie. We promised you one or two things in the past, and we came through on them. Tonight, we're tired of fooling around. We're tired of shucking. We're tired of jiving. We'll come down to that farm center and that dust and that dirt.
Mr.
We're going to get
Anderson.
It's
Been our personality profile. We'll be right back for action.
Ladies and gentlemen, this special television match is one fall with 15-minute time limit. Now in the ring at 221 pounds, Atlanta, Georgia, Les Freeman. His opponent now making his way to ringside at 223 pounds, Lexington, Tennessee, the United States Junior Heavyweight Champion, Tommy Gilbert.
All right. United States Junior Heavyweight Champion Tommy Gilbert in action against Les Freeman. A little change in our television main event today, basically because of the attitude that Ron Fuller has toward the wrestling fans here in the southeastern wrestling area. He had, first of all, said he would compete on television today. Now he has come to the point where he says he will not compete on television today. Bob Armstrong says he will wrestle.
Frankly, I've just given up trying to figure out what motivates the Tennessee stud Ron Fuller. He's shown such a complete change of personality here in the last couple of weeks, or maybe he's shown his real personality here in the last couple of weeks, and frankly, it's just beyond me. In the ring now, the United States Junior Heavyweight Wrestling Champion, Tommy Gilbert, in against a young man who's made quite a reputation for himself, young Les Freeman from Atlanta, Georgia. Gilbert has been very successful in defending his United States Junior Heavyweight Championship these last few weeks. He is, with all due respect to him and his status as a professional athlete, a very good champion. Although a lot of times in the ring, his actions leave a whole lot to be desired, especially when you decide to talk about things like sportsmanship. Freeman, now with the advantage side, headlock on Tommy Gilbert. One thing you can never take away from Tommy Gilbert, though, is his ring generalship, firing off that Les Freeman into the turnbuckle, following closely on his man with a series of forearms that Tommy Gilbert uses very, very effectively. Gilbert is the type of wrestler who keeps right on his opponent time after time. You'll see him absorb punishment that come right back and not give his opponent time to breathe or collect his wits at all in the ring. And there, but an open and blatant thumb to the throat of Les Freeman. But a man with Tommy Gilbert's obviously wrestling talent, tactics like this, he really doesn't need. Gilbert reversed into the turnbuckle, and Freeman driving in with that elbow, found an empty corner waiting on him, and Gilbert, just like we were talking about a couple seconds before, right back on his man, and French Chancery hooks in the forearm. Vertical suplex on Les Freeman, and now Gilbert takes his way to the far second rope. Quite possibly what you'd have to call the trademark maneuver of Tommy Gilbert, a knee drive off the second rope, and of course, the pinfall, just a mere formality. Once Tommy Gilbert applies that knee drop, we see a little bit of the sportsmanship that we talked about a couple of minutes ago. Tommy Gilbert putting the boots to Les Freeman even after the match had been declared over. All in all, though, you have to give him credit. A win here on television today for the United States Junior Heavyweight Wrestling Champion, Tommy Gilbert.
Exactly right, and still a lot of great action to come. As we said, Bob Armstrong will be at action on today's program in our television main event. Coming out to join us at the desk, a man with certainly, there's always a lot on his mind. And
the man who got rid of Rougeau, you got to film, let's see it, let's show all these people. Why? I'm the baddest man in the southeastern area.
we're talking about, of course, a match that occurred, and if we could roll that film, we'd be more than grateful. A match that occurred in Wilson.
Excuse me, sir. Look at this. This is Rougeau. Loser leave town. It boiled down to a boxing match. I beat him. He says, I won a loser leave town match. I said, okay, you big fat Canadian milk dud. You're going to see me punish him. You're going to see me send him out of here. And he's going over in the southeastern area. First there was Timmy Horner. He's out of here. Lucas, he's gone. Larry Hamilton, bye-bye. And the next thing is Jacques Rougeau. He brings a chair into the ring, and he tries to get smart.
Whoa.
He brought a chair into the ring, and he tried to get smart.
I'm not even going to argue the point. That picture tells the whole story.
Let's see how bad he is now. You got to have brains in the sport of professional wrestling. Right there, boom. I got the brains, I got the body, and Rougeau is history. He's out of here. The main man of Southeastern wrestling right now is the hustler with
I'd like to point out that the only thing that saved you possibly from being in trouble with that chair in the ring is because it was a loser leave town match which carried a no disqualification clause.
And you're just like Rougeau because you're Mr. Excuse. You people refuse to accept the fact that I'm 227 pounds of twisted steel and sex appeal and the baddest man around here. And this picture of Jacques Rougeau here, if you can get a close-up, Rougeau right here, he's history, he's out of here.
Well, Mr. Rogers, if you would, he is injured, damaged in the knee,
That big arm.
and he has gone back to Canada for his surgery, and it will be a good time where he will be out of pro wrestling, from what I understand.
Before Jacques left the southeastern area, he had the opportunity to visit with him in the dressing room. He just returned for the final word from the local doctor here in Alabama. He received the news that his knee was very seriously injured, and Jacques Rougeau at that time had these comments to make about the situation in general here in the Southeast, and particularly a gentleman by the name of Hustler Rick Rogers.
For me, to be sitting here in this moment is not very much one of my favorite moments that I'm going to probably remember in my career of wrestling, but I want to first of all thank Southeastern Wrestling for the first time in my career, ever leaving somewhere and having a chance to thanking my fans that have been behind me and that have supported me. I guess when I went in the ring with Rick Rogers, I didn't expect him, even though it was a no DQ, for him to grab the chair. And for me, he was the anti-violent person. And I guess I found out in professional wrestling, you never know. I've been to my doctor, and it don't look too good for my knee right now. But I know, and I think everybody out there knows, that I'm not a quitter. And I've had those Southeastern tag team belts in mine once before, and I'm sure looking soon, and as soon as I can, I'm going to make it back to the Southeastern area and see the greatest fans in the whole world as far as I'm concerned.
Over the last 4 years, I think Jacques Rougeau has proved that he's a tough young man, and he knows what it takes inside the ring. And a speedy recovery to Jacques Rougeau, and we hope we see him again in the Southeast very soon.
Television main event still to come. You stay with us.
If buying a used car truck's pulling you the wrong way, let Eastwood Ford turn your old used car into a new used car. We've got over 150 used cars and trucks ready to roll right now. At Eastwood, you can get a used car from $9.95, $24.95, $49.95, or go all the way up to $89.95. That's incredible. No, that's Eastwood Ford.
And Eastwood Ford. 2 miles east of Eastwood Mall on Highway 78. Hot Saturday night. Hot Saturday night. Could see you on a hot Saturday night. Cold, fresh, clean. Just taste what we need. Rocky Mountain Gold, you got it on a hot Saturday night. It all starts here, no other place. That fresh, clean, cool taste. Nothing beats it, icy cold, refreshing Rocky Mountain Gold. Cool to you, refreshing cool to you, all night through. Rocky Mountain Gold, you got it. The best of the Rockies is yours. On a hot Saturday night. This is the Jesse Owens story, the powerful saga of the Olympic hero's extraordinary life, his hardships, courage, and determination.
You don't think it hurts to put out the best you can and get called an ace?
A premier television event with an all-star cast. Tom Bosley, LeVar Burton, George Kennedy, Vic Tayback, Ben Vereen, Debbie Morgan as Ruth Owens, and Dorian Harewood as Jesse. America's Olympic legend, the Jesse Owens story.
Coming Sunday, July 8th on BRC 6.
Big night of wrestling Monday night at the Alabama Fairgrounds Arena. But before we talk about the matches, I'd like to talk to the man who, frankly, I didn't think he'd be here today. Against his doctor's advice, Jimmy Golden is with us here at the interview desk.
Well, Rick, I'd just like to clear up a few things. Just like to say to Vic Rain, you know, he stomped me in the head with his boot. I don't know how many times, and I've got a concussion, and part of my vision in my left eye is gone. And but you hadn't seen the last of Golden yet, and there's going to be a man to take my place. You think you sent me to the hospital for a little while, buddy. This man's going to send you to a body cast.
Monday night, the Alabama Fairgrounds Arena. Standing by, we have the comments of Vic Rain, Hustler Rip Rogers, and Boris Zurkoff. Let me tell you something, Yellow. Whether the mystery man hurts me or if he doesn't hurt me, one thing about it, you will never know what it's like. But I've already reserved the room for the mystery man, too. So you and him can sit down and play a little bit of gin rummy in the hospital. I'm going to take this big arm, Raymond, put your head in there and squeeze it like a zit, and you'll be history in Birmingham. I'll say this right now. You see the man right here that walked away with the van? I knew he would, and he's going to walk away with a belt. Let me tell you this right now. I'd like to see that Alabama belt right around your waist.
That's exactly what it's going to be. You know, I'd like to thank your mother for the nice new clothes that you got me. It was very nice. And I like the American dime, the American money. This is what I'm here for. I have no use for anything else. And I'll take your title in Birmingham because I hate to come down.
Monday night at the fairgrounds, the pride of the state of Alabama is on the line.
Zurkoff, you bust my head open and you cheated me out of that $20,000 van. Let me tell you something. You walking on the fighting side of the baseball, the quick draw. You done got me hot. And you gonna pay for it in Birmingham. It's gonna be an ugly sight. See that big fat Russian with that big head laid there bloody all over the arena. It's gonna be horrifying. Zurkoff, I pity you. Me in the state of Alabama is against you, Jack.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is today's television main event. Now entering the ring at 280 pounds, Albany, Georgia, Steve Starr. His opponent now making his way to the ring at 235 pounds, Marietta, Georgia, Bob Armstrong. Bullet Bob Armstrong taking on Steve Starr, who right off the bat attacks Armstrong. Starr is an up-and-coming athlete, and Armstrong, hard right, catches Starr, and again, Armstrong with the shot puts Starr on the canvas. Seems Starr may have found out in a hurry that a sneak attack on Bob Armstrong is the wrong way to start a match with a bullet. Armstrong drilling that right hand into the eyes of Steve Starr, runs his head into the turnbuckle. Bob Armstrong here's a guy with so much on his mind. The feud continues between him and the Tennessee 9-footer. Bob Armstrong taking control of this young man, an opponent that outweighs him by 20 pounds, but Bob Armstrong able to handle him, well, with apparent ease and confidence here in the ring. Referee Larry Brock keeping a close watch on the action. Steve Starr fires back, a couple of short forearms to the midsection. Armstrong's in the turnbuckle. Down with that right hand on the forehead of Steve Starr that rocks this young man from Albany, Georgia. Ooh. I tell you what, when Bob Armstrong throws those geotops, you can hear him all the way across the arena. And here's a man who's been in main events all across the country, campaigning here in his adopted home, the southeastern area. Armstrong with a back elbow. Starr now down on the canvas as Bob Armstrong makes his way to that far turnbuckle. Drives the knee across the top of the third of Starr. A quick count of three. We got a win for wait a minute. Here comes Ron Fuller from the front of the Fuller nails Bob Armstrong. Now nails the referee. Larry brought one for his belt, Tony. He's just taking off his belt. All right. Armstrong. Wait a minute. Bob Armstrong's got the belt of the Tennessee stud, and he starts to lay in some leather licks in his own wings out of the dressing room. He's got some red boots for it. And catches Bob Armstrong right in the back. Fuller has the belt back. Wait a minute. We got to get some kind of order here. The Black Diamond, Steve Shaw, Rip Rogers, and Vic Rain have got Bob Armstrong down as Ron Fuller flails him. Left Freeman tries, but it's here comes the Rat Patrol. The Rat Patrol making their way in the ring. Rick nails Fuller. The ring is filling up. Bob Armstrong takes off from Ron Fuller, flailing away with that belt. And Armstrong drives Fuller back into the dressing room here at TV. And we'll be back with more of Southeastern Television Wrestling in just a moment.
People like our selections and our being open Sunday afternoons, but they love our prices for one simple reason.
Because we really cut prices.
These brand new Citation four-doors have boosted automatic power steering and brakes, air, and more. While they last, your choice, only $79.99.
Want the lowest price? See George Southern in Pearl City, because we really cut prices.
Ladies and gentlemen, people from Mr. King's Furniture, and if you have just $10 down, that's right, I said $10 down, we'll sell you living room suits in gold, in red, in blue, in green.
Hey, T-Buff, what's your favorite color?
White!
Let Mr. King help you get started in the credit world today.
Whatever happened to
Bodega? Oh, you know, the most wonderful thing that man could say was, brought yourself back for dinner.
But where is
We got Cajun fried chicken, dirty rice, and biscuit with gravy. That's Bodega.
I know, but I wonder where he is.
Down his name is up in rice, biscuit, chicken, and dirty rice.
He's just no cooking like Cajun.
Hi, I'm Eric Estrada. Join me this week on Stalker, the hottest new variety show of the season. When I perform with these two lovely ladies, it was tough, but somebody had to do it.
Join Eric, Edie Gourmet, and host Ed McMahon, and see if upset winner Bo Williams can sing his way to the top, and if Tracy Ross has that fabulous face to remain undefeated. They're coming down the stretch with over $1 million waiting at the finish line on the next Star Search. Sunday night at 6 on BRC 6. Southeastern Championship Wrestling comes to the beautiful Alabama Fairgrounds Arena Monday night, July the 2nd, 8:30 in Birmingham. You'll see Michael Reagan meet Hustler Rip Rogers. U.S. Junior title, the Rat Patrol meets Tommy Gilbert. Alabama State Championship as Rick McGraw defends against Boris Urkoff. Southeastern Tag titles, Brody Q as the Rat Patrol meets Arn Anderson and Jerry Stubbs, managed by Billy Spears. Then Southeastern Heavyweight Championship, Mad Dog Buzz Sawyer meets champion Vic Rain. Canadian Lumberjack rules in effect when Bob Armstrong collides with the Tennessee stud Ron Fuller. Monday night, July the 2nd, Alabama Fairgrounds Arena.
In a Canadian lumberjack rules, wrestlers around the ring with belts to keep the participants inside. I told you before, ain't nobody gonna stop my back. And you see all these people I got coming here, they all gonna have belts. And Bob Armstrong, you gonna get your butt whipped like the baby you are. Everybody's gonna be whipping on you. Just off something using a chain. We're gonna whip you all night long. And when they get tired of whipping him in the ring, I'm gonna whip him in the ring. When they get tired of whipping him outside the ring, I'm gonna whip him outside the ring. We're gonna take care of business. We're tired of being kicked around. And ain't nobody, and I mean nobody, gonna lay a leather strap on my body nowhere at any time. Right there, you can right boy. I'm gonna take care of business. And that's all there is to it. We're finished talking. Canadian lumberjack. All my men, the Rat Patrol, Jimmy Golden, Rick McGraw. Every time that Tennessee stud comes out, he is gonna get struck
when they leave that arena, he's going to be in the Guinness Book of World Records. The Guinness Book of World Records. He'll be the tallest zebra in history because he's going to have so many stripes on him, they're going to think he's a zebra. And everybody knows that a zebra is just a jackass with stripes painted on him. And we know jackasses don't run with race horses. So Tennessee Doug, you got something to look forward to. The 3Bs, Bullet, the boys, and the belt. And when we get there, brother, you're going to find that how it feels. Ain't nobody going to have to hold him. We are going to put some leather on his back. You said your daddy shouldn't be with you. Well, I ain't your daddy. I wouldn't even claim it. But I can sure put some leather on your back. Come on, boys. Let's get it. All right. I think enough has been said, and in the arena, it is going to be all-out war. As Canadian Lumberjack rules the persistent Tennessee shut against Bob Armstrong. Don't miss it.